What's going on, everyone? And in today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I've gotten comments in my past videos about, most particularly the ones where I used to do with what kind of protein shakes or drinks that I would drink to gain weight back then, maybe 2, 3, even 4 years ago. I can't remember how long. It's been a while that I made those videos. And people would ask me, what not what, but does protein powder go bad? I mean, obviously it does. And like, how do you know it's gone bad? And so for me, I've actually experienced a mass gainer powder that went bad, and it was a bad time. That's for sure. That's all I know for a fact. It was like 2017 or 2018 that it happened to me. And I guess the story time for this, so I'm still a skinny guy. I was a skinnier guy back then, and I was trying to gain weight. So I would take a whole bunch of mass gainers. I drink a lot of protein shakes, eat a lot of normal food and proteins, chicken, beef, whatever it is, to try and get my weight up. And so back then I was taking a lot of mass gainer. It's a Muscle Milk mass gainer, 10-pound bag. And each of these jugs and bags or whatever your protein comes in, it has an expiration date or a best by date on it. You gotta make sure that you pay close attention to when it is before you buy it and when you buy it, especially if you're buying in bulk like I was. You gotta make sure you're rotating your jugs or whatever properly and not skipping one, or else you might end up in the same situation I was in, although mine was a little bit more special of a case. But basically what had happened, I was taking a protein powder, mass gainer, and a carbo gainer, and maybe one other thing. And at one point in time, it was, like I said, 2017 or something like that, like I would get really bad stomach cramps. And when you go to the bathroom, it wasn't a fun time, let's just put it like that. And it would happen throughout the day, almost every day. And I couldn't put my finger to where it was coming from. Like, I didn't know what I was doing or eating or drinking that was causing this pain that I was getting. It's pretty alarming. Like, when you're getting bad stomach cramps, I guess you could compare it to when females get their time of the month, those kind of cramps. Like, I felt like I was laying in bed, in all weird positions to trying to feel better from these stomach cramps that I was getting, and nothing would work. And so, every day I would just think, like, what am I doing differently that's causing this? So I was trying to backtrack what it is, because I would look at my protein powders and everything, and the date was fine, and they were good for another 6 months to a year. So I was like, it can't be that. My milk that I was drinking 2 different jugs of milk, so I was like, they can't both be bad. So it couldn't be that. And then the food I was eating on a daily basis, it was different every day, so I was like, it couldn't be that either. So I was really trying to narrow down what it could be. And then I think back then I would only take one day off from the gym, and when I don't go to the gym, I wouldn't drink the mass gainer, I think it was. And so that day I didn't have any of the stomach cramps or the bad bathroom movements or anything like that. So then, it kind of clicked to me, it's got to be one of the protein powders that I'm taking has gone bad. And so what I did at that point, best thing to do, look at them all. The date was fine, so you got to do the sniff test. And so you open each one of them up, take a sniff. Ever since then, I always sniff my protein powder right when I open it, just so I know the fresh smell of what it should smell like. And then every time I take it there on after, I take a sniff first, make sure it smelled pretty much similar to what I smelled before. And so when I smelled all my other proteins, it was fine. They smelled like normal, or what I thought was normal at least, because I wasn't doing this back then. And then I got to the Muscle Milk bag and I sniffed it, and it was something about it. It was just off. I can't even explain what it smelled like because it was so unique of a smell, but you could just tell it was a little bit off. And so what I did was I got a scoop. I usually mixed it with milk, like I said. So I got a scoop of it and I just put it in water, and then I just let it sit overnight. And then I looked at it in the morning, and it just looked wrong. It looked all clumpy and stuff. And then I opened it up and sniffed it, just the water in that mass gainer, and you could smell it right then. You could tell like this is done. Like I shouldn't be drinking this at all. And so that's when I learned that even if the date is good, it still could be bad. And the sniff test is one of the best things I'd say to do. If you're drinking whey proteins, then the smell is going to be a little off as well, especially depending on what's in it. Like I think this one right here has egg proteins or something like that. So whenever I sniff it, it's got I think it's a chocolate flavor. It's got like a chocolatey flavor or a scent to it, but it still smells like almost like a rotten egg in it, because it's pretty much what's in there, right? But it doesn't smell off-putting. It just smells like what you would think it'd smell like. But you just got to make sure you understand what the smells are. Like I said, right, when you open it, and then if it has just even like the slightest bit of an off-putting scent to it, then I wouldn't even try it. If you bought it from Amazon like I do, let them know on the chat, hit up customer service, tell them this protein is bad or something like that, and they'll let you send it back and get your money back, or they'll give you another one or whatever it may be, and you'll be good to go. I don't know about these retailers that you actually go to the store like Walmart or Target or wherever you might get it at. They might not be the same way, but that's what I do. You'll know when you had bad protein. The taste is bad. The texture of the actual protein it'll feel different, and if you had it like me, you'll feel it in the bathroom as well, that you'll know you had some bad protein. And so once you learn that lesson the first time, you're kind of scarred for life. Like you're gonna make sure that you're drinking the right stuff, the good stuff, the stuff that hasn't gone bad, and you're just always gonna check it from there on out. But if you got any other questions about protein powders or anything like that, I've literally tried almost every different type of brand of protein, or at least whey protein. At least I like whey proteins. Let me know. I can answer almost anything about them in terms of that kind of stuff. And if you have an experience that you had as well with a bad protein, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to read it so I can know I wasn't the only one that felt like they were dying for about a week. I was doing that for like a week until I realized what it was. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I guess I will see you guys in the next video.